Hey, what's up, everybody? So I have Mike here from Alive Visuals. How's it going, Mike?
Good, my man. Thank you.
Awesome, man. So, so now you've been here. How long have you been here for now?
It's Sunday today, right? So a week, yeah.
It seems
you
like
missed
you've been
the
here
days,
forever.
they're fading away. Yeah.
I know. I was like, is it a month or I don't know.
It feels longer.
It feels longer for sure.
Because we're doing so much here.
Right. Oh yeah, we're having a lot of fun, and it's cool because this is the first time we've ever met.
Yeah.
You know, and we met online. We've known each other for a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
So, and as you know, in our other interviews, we've been inviting our friends online on Plotaverse to come live with us for a little while. And so Mike got here about a week ago. We've had a lot of adventures already so far, a lot of exciting things. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to this interview because you have a lot of friends out there in the community. And Mike's like our I call you like our solid rock, our foundation. You know, okay. You were our first like European ambassador, you know, something like that. And so you come from you have like many different backgrounds.
Oh yeah.
You know, so one of the things I want to start off with is kind of chatting about, and we have Havo back here who's overseeing us, making sure that we do everything right here. But there's some parts of the story that I think I just I just learned myself that I think the community is going to find very interesting.
Okay.
So let's maybe start with your first career and how you began, your early adult life.
Yeah, sure, of course. First of all, I want to thank you at first because it's a great opportunity for us all, meet other artists from all over the world, to hang out here, create great stuff, doing crazy things and laughing, and yeah, so thank you for bringing me in here.
You're welcome. So you come from Germany, you want to say hi to your German friends out there?
Ja, hi Leute, super cool, dass ihr da seid. Lasst mir doch einfach mal ein paar Kommentare unten da und zeigt mir, dass ihr aus Deutschland kommt. Das wäre einfach super cool, dann wüsste ich auch mal, ob jemand auf der Plattform ist, der auch aus Deutschland kommt. Ja, ja, aber now.
I don't know what sounds good to me. That's awesome.
Yeah, now to your question. Of course, my career. I started actually. I studied economics, specialized in bank and finance, and I was a sales trader for 3 or 4 years at a stock exchange in Frankfurt, in Germany. So, yeah, it's totally the opposite from what I'm doing now. And yeah, I did it because my parents pleased me to take a secure job. I always want to be a graphic designer, and I'm really in love with films all the time. I need all the actors and have a really big DVD collection and the stuff, yeah. And at one point, to shorten the story, at one point in my life, I sit there in the trading room with my colleague beside me in front of the 6 screens, and he's sitting there and with the phone and everything. It's quite yeah, exhausting job and really stressful. And I look at him, and he wasn't the age I'm now, and I recognized, okay, I don't want to end like this. Mm-hmm. This is not my goal. So I go home to my wife and said, I want to quit. And she said, sure. We met at the university, and she also has a good job and good payment, and we said, okay, we can manage this, no problem. So the other day I quit my job, and okay, what's next? And I said, yeah, I want to go. My dream, what I always dreamt of, was graphic design and something like this. And okay, how can we do this? So I said I go to an agency or somewhere and ask if I can work for free. In Germany we call this Praktika. I don't know the English word.
In the States I think it's called internship.
Okay. Yeah. And I worked there for free and bring all my talent in, what I can do. And yeah, my boss and mentor now later really liked this and give me a job after 3 months. So I'm working in the agency then for another 4 to 5 years. I was a contactor, we call this. It's the guys who's between the creative team and the clients, and do the consultant and helps to develop the projects and the stuff, yeah. And but I was interested in graphic design and the stuff. So in the nighttime I sit down with the creative guys, because they're always working long, mm-hmm. and learned Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, all these programs, and get myself into this. And yeah, to make it short, and another 5 years later, I sit there again and work for the biggest clients like Coca-Cola and the stuff, but I sit there and I don't feel pleasant at all again. And I said, why? What's the problem? Because there we have clients, they invent products, 20, and only one makes it to the market. And I think it's not really sustainable, and it's not, it's no appreciation for our world in there. And I always was a sustainable nature guy, and I grew up in nature, and I want to change this. And I said, okay, probably I have everything I need. I can talk to clients, and I have now the skills to create graphics in the stuff. So why don't make my own little agency and specialize on sustainability? And so I founded my first agency.
Cool.
And my wife followed me. We both quit our job on the same day, had an apartment in Frankfurt, a really expensive city, and don't know how we pay our bills next month. So okay, and so we get creative, and we found down under our flat there was a kindergarten, and we helped out there, really funny, and did everything, labeled all the stuff, backpacks for the kids, do an organic garden. And this was a really expensive kindergarten because it was bilingual, they teach English there too. And so all the CEOs and bankers from the city bring their childs there, and they ask, okay, who did this all here? And so the owner of the kindergarten sent them to us, and so we get our first clients and the business started.
Cool, that's such an awesome story.
And we did this for a long time then, and we get in contact one point with a cinema chain in Germany, one of the biggest cinema chains in Germany. They have several cinemas all over Germany, and they did sometimes events with films and bring speakers in. And all of the time we do a lot of charity for kids. It's our passion, because we believe kids are our future, and that's why we always do 30 to 30% of our jobs for kids projects. And we are known for this in Germany. And so they asked us one day if we want to come as a speaker for a children's movie where it's about the future of our kids. And we said yes, of course. And the screening was matinee in the morning, Sunday, 10 o'clock, so nobody will come normally at this point. And we helped with advertising, and the cinema was packed, and afterwards the boss from the cinema came and asked us, how did you do this? Can you help me with this, guys? Because this is amazing. Why don't we do a film festival together? And so it came that we start a film festival about topics like organic living, healthy living, vegan, sustainability, spirituality, self-employment, let me say it like this, to live a conscious life.
Right, awesome.
And to make it short, I know it's a lot. I had a lot to do with filmmakers around the world, and I improved my skills. And as I said in the beginning, I was always on fire with films. And so I started as a hobbyist filming and cinematography, and become better and better. And at one point I do films for my clients, and so it came that I founded a film production company too. So now we have this agency, we have the film festival and this film production company, and that's the point where we are today. And then Plotaverse came into my life.
Cool. I'm really glad that it did. I'm glad to meet with that, because once again, so you're coming from like the client side, right, and also the production side.
Yes.
So you have like the knowledge of both, which is really unique.
Yeah.
You know, and so like tell us about like, you know, how it came to be. Like you saw your first photograph, or like what is it that happened for you to kind of get involved?
Yeah. I'm not sure where I saw it first. I think it was on Facebook or on Instagram. Maybe on Instagram. I saw this moving image, and you know, when you work as an agency, you work also for clients, creating content for their social platforms. And you know that when you scroll through the feeds, they normally not stay longer than half a second. But at this image, it gets my attention really quick, because there was something different. Something was weird, because some parts are moving, some stops, and I've never seen something like this. It's similar. I have done some cinematograph, because the end product is nearly the same, but it was special in any way. And I checked it out. What is it? I could not see anything, and then I researched and found out it's a Plotaverse, because I think you guys were the first one who ever did this. And yeah, then I found the software, immediately downloaded this and tried to do my first own photographs, and it turned out amazing. And then I was totally flashed, and I get into this then. Yeah.
Cool, cool. And then I remember like going back and talking with you initially, and then you have a live visuals now. That's like a really great channel for people for you to feature other artists and that sort of thing too, which is really cool. And one of the great things coming from Mike's perspective is because he has an agency and a production company also. You're able to talk to your clients about who the best artists are for specific kinds of animations.
That's true.
Or images or retouchers or whatever it might be. So you feature those artists, and then ultimately you're able to kind of like promote them to other agencies and clients and that sort of thing, which I think is really unique.
Exactly. Yeah, it came to this point. Of course, when I really get in love with the software, I try to help you out and find maybe agency who bring this in, and yeah, we had some success and bring it in and created some Plotaverse for Starbucks, for Chevrolet, for North Face, for BMW. It was really great because they immediately also saw the chance what's in this. Because what I said, for brands today, it's hard to get attention from the client. So everything what helps to pop out, it's really helpful.
Yeah, motion art is like, as you know, as everybody out there pretty much knows who's part of the community, that motion art's my passion. And what's interesting to me is how long it takes to get into the agencies and to sell it, because the numbers speak for themselves. You know what I'm saying, as far as like how many people like come in and are able to get a lot of attention off the bat, and even with the brands, but one of the things from our side is everybody kind of wants to hide it.
Yeah.
Like when people find it, they're like, oh, this is our little secret,
That's true.
So our side, on the brand side, is we're trying to just promote it as much as possible. And then when somebody discovers it, they're like, I don't really want my competition to know about this. It's funny, I've done a lot of podcasts with photographers and photography podcasts and stuff like that. And we hear that all the time. Is like, of course everybody wants it to be successful, but at the same time, it's, everyone wants to keep it to themselves. But what's nice now is things are getting to the point to where it is getting out there in a big way, and motion art we're seeing, whether it's Plotograph or Cinematograph and all these sorts of things. We have Flixel, who was kind of like years ago started Cinematograph Pro. Yeah. And I remember that was like an inspiration for me. I saw that software and I was like, whoa, this, because we were doing Cinemagraphs before, but they just made it easier for us to do, and they really kind of jumped into the market and seeded the market with a lot of information about cinemagraphs.
Yep.
So, and for me though, it was always like one of those things where cinemagraphs were always meant for videographers, because it's a video process on the cinemagraphs. I come from a photography background, so I wanted to make a product for photographers.
Yep.
And on your side, you do both.
Exactly. I work with all kinds of clients. It doesn't matter if it comes from the fashion industry, if it's from the car industry. It doesn't matter, every kind of client. So it's helpful for every client, of course, but that's what I described before, because you can really pop out with this stuff. And we all know videos, and there are really great creators out there who are making fancy videos, traveling around the world and all this stuff. We all know this, but it takes a long time to watch a movie or commercial or something like this, and this is something what's there in a second. Yeah,
the attention span just keeps getting less and less. Part of it is, it's not that the attention span probably is getting less and less, but we have so much content. We're looking at thousands and thousands of images a day, and this never was really the case before. And when we first started off at the very beginning, we did our whole Z, and the new generation that's coming up is called Generation Z.
Yes.
And that's how they're labeled. I was Gen X. Yeah. I believe you're Gen Y, you're millennial. And so the next generation that's coming up, they want to see it fast. They want to like get, whether it's a brand or whatever is trying to get the information, is the faster you can get them, the better. Yeah. And a lot of times with traditional videos, it just takes a while to get that message across.
Of course, and it's much more expensive than compared to a still image. And we have already so much still images. If I imagine just on an example with Starbucks, what we did there, they have a lot of still images from their products, and even for the season time, you add a little bit snow to it and you can reuse it. And doing a cinematograph is a great way, but it's totally different. You need to shoot video content. So this is higher production cost and all the stuff, so it's much more easier with the still images if I see it from a brand side.
Yeah, it makes it really easy. And then we have a lot of the, cinematograph artists. There are photographers out there, videographers, I should say, really, who do nothing but cinemagraphs. They specialize in cinemagraphs, and a lot of times they'll even do time lapses and stuff. So
it's out by themselves to shoot cinemagraphs.
Yeah, and that's a true art. And one of the things that there's the confusion that people call anything looping a cinematograph. And that's one thing that on our side, on the company side, we're trying to educate artists and the public about the differences between the different kinds of loops and stuff like that. So we really appreciate your perspective coming from the creative brand agency side, and our side, same thing. I come from more of the production side, and now the tech side. So it's just fun to kind of combine forces. It's great having you here at the house with us, and of course we've spent a lot of time doing screen shares and stuff like that. But now that we're here, it's like we're getting so much done, and we're able to kind of communicate even closer and to really get the ideas out there that are going to help our customers and help our whole community. And I think that the way that we're building this community right now is, as everybody sees, we have such great artists like yourself who are part of this, and we just want to continue to grow that and to put as much educational data out there as possible too. So if you guys have any questions for Maik, there's a comment section below this video. Give us questions, comments, anything that you want to know, especially, once again, because Maik comes from both sides, both creative and agency. And there's just so much data to learn from you. It's so funny because you have this very cool, calm, collected way of being,
Thanks, man.
And then he gets out there and he just drops these little pieces of data that are just invaluable. So, and I know you're always here to help and you answer any questions. So even when somebody sends you a direct message or a message here on the video, and so I know you're here still for another few days. Hopefully we'll get another video in, or some more interviews and that sort of thing. So if you have any questions now, ask the questions now, and then on another interview, Maik can answer them for you, okay?
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, and at the end I want to say, because of my example, I think you can see, chase for your dreams, because you're not stuck in there. I was there at the moment when I was in the bank there. I put a line there, and this is my life, and now I'm there at 23, I was at the time, 24, something like this, and the rest is, this is the rest of my life. You don't need to do this your whole life. You can, at every time you can decide different. You can, when you have other dreams, go for it. It's possible.
Awesome. And then that's another reason that we combine forces so well is Plotaverse. That's what we really want through Plotaverse, is to have a social platform as well as the tools for artists to be able to monetize. Like, how can you get your passions out? How can you get an idea out in a way that's really impactful?
Yeah.
And all of the art that you guys feature and that you create is very impactful and a great part of the community with that. So thank you very much.
Yeah. So get your stuff out. I think I know, and this time where the community is growing, also agency hopping on the platform, checking out loops and see what they can do with this, because it's new for them too. And agency really slow, if I can say it, because you probably think they are really creative and fast and always these new trends, but to implement the stuff, they are really slow. So they slowly checking out who are the great artists, and so yeah, prepare your portfolios. I think yeah, they will be coming a lot.
Yeah, and then also make sure you tag your images, because we have that a lot where the brands and agencies jump on. So if they're looking for, let's say it's an architectural image or a surf image or a lifestyle or whatever it might be, if you have an image that you're posting, make sure you tag everything that you can, so that way they could find you.
Absolutely.
Because we already have a lot of examples of artists who are literally have created careers now out of motion art. And just in the very beginning, like a year and a half ago, even a few years ago, they were just new to it, and all of a sudden now they have businesses that literally focus on motion art.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, yeah. And to promote myself a little bit, I do it. Yesterday I spoke with my buddy Havo, and we decided to make a featured account on Plotaverse. So we feature the best animations out there every day and bring them up there. Yeah, what you're familiar with Instagram, these really big feature sites, but we want to have it on Plotaverse because there's a much friendlier community, for my feeling, and no trolls and the stuff, you know, and you can really grow nicely there, your community.
Cool, cool. Thank you. Awesome. So that's with the live visuals.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Live visuals.
Yeah,
on
we just
Plotaverse?
created the channel. Actually, it's nothing on there. We start now today.
Start now. Cool, cool,
and,
great.
yeah, so you will find it alive visuals and yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thanks a lot, man. I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure. And once again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask Mike. Okay. Peace.